Boris Johnson delivered a brutal slapdown of the SNP's Ian Blackford's criticism of the government's progress in testing, tracking and tracing coronavirus patients across the country. The SNP Westminster leader claimed the Prime Minister's message to the nation to announce the gradual easing of the coronavirus lockdown on Sunday had jeopardized the development of the testing and tracing scheme. But Boris Johnson hit back, on his point about test, track and trace. It's going to be a huge operation for this entire country, and I think actually he should pay tribute to the work of all those the hundreds of thousands of people who are now responsible massively for escalating our test, track and trace operation. We are now testing more than virtually any other country in Europe. And the rate of acceleration and the rate of increase has been very, very sharp indeed. And we will go up to 200,000 by the end of the month. Mr. Blackford also asked the Prime Minister if he would accept that the message in Scotland is to stay home. He told the Commons, "Events on Sunday could not have been more disastrous from this government. The Prime Minister has made confusion costly. Devolved administrations shut out, widespread confusion amongst the public and a total disregard from this government for workers' safety. Many sadly have seen the images of London buses being packed this morning. Will the Prime Minister accept that the clear message in Scotland is stay home to protect the NHS to save lives?" The Prime Minister replied, "Indeed, the message throughout the country is of course that you should stay at home if you can, unless there's specific circumstances that we've outlined apply. I must say I don't accept that characterization of the cooperation that we've had across all four nations that Mr. Blackford makes. In my experience, it's been intense, it's been going on for days and days and weeks, and actually I think if you look at the totality of the measures that we're taking as country, there is much more that unites us than divides us, and we will go forward together." A total of 1,973 patients have died in Scotland after testing positive for coronavirus, up by 61 from 1,912 on Tuesday, First Minister Nicola Sturgeon said. Speaking at First Minister's Questions at the Scottish Parliament, she announced 13,929 people in Scotland have now tested positive for the virus, a rise of 166 from 13,763 the day before. As of Tuesday night, 1,534 patients were in hospital with confirmed or suspected COVID-19, down 84 from 1,618 the previous day, Ms. Sturgeon added, of which 70 are in intensive care, a fall of 11. These daily figures differ from the weekly figures published today by National Records of Scotland because the weekly figures include all deaths where COVID-19 is mentioned on death certificate.